fouled away. A ball and a strike.
Has it ever happened before in baseball where one team celebrates on one night, the other team the next night? Both of them go to the playoffs.
1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 to Lockhart. And the Mets are going back to the playoffs.
Congratulations to the 2000 New York Mets for clinching the playoff berth. This marks the first time in the club's history that the New York Mets have participated in the postseason in consecutive years.
So for the 2nd straight year, the Mets get the wild card. And this time they get a few days to enjoy it before the 2nd season begins 1 week from tonight for the Mets in either San Francisco or St. Louis.
Well, the Mets get to the playoffs as a wild card. And as we mentioned, it all starts anew. Playoffs right around the corner. The Mets will get ready for the playoffs along with the Braves, the Giants, and the Cardinals. The Mets will have to wait to see where they will be next week. But they win the wild card. They will celebrate, but they got more business. The business is the playoffs, and they know it.
But at least they can enjoy the final win of the regular season that has significance, a lot more than they did last year. I mean, technically, of course, the wild card playoff game with Cincinnati was a regular season game, but the 162-game schedule a year ago literally went down to the final pitch. Now the Mets can breathe easy and smile for a few days. Bobby Valentine will give his regulars judicious rest between now and the end of the game on Sunday. Make sure everybody's in as best shape as possible for the division series opener. So the Mets have defeated the Atlanta Braves 6-2. And they have nailed down the wild card. So the Los Angeles Dodgers, the only team with any remaining hope in the National League, will now play for them a meaningless game at home against the Giants tonight, but the Giants still trying to hold off St. Louis.
And the Mets win their 90th ball game of the season. They're 90-68. Bobby Valentine leading the Mets to the playoffs once again. He did it last year, and he does it again this year. So the Mets going in as a wild card entry, and everybody knows in order to win the National League Championship, the roads lead through Atlanta. How about a celebration? We talked about a celebration last night here at Shea by the Braves. Celebration tonight by the Mets.
That boy, senor. That boy.
Go on.
Well, the Mets hope this is the first of four celebrations. Celebrate getting in, winning the division series, winning the LCS, and winning the World Series. Somebody's going to have 4 of these. Charlie's handed him out.
Charlie's hugging him and handing him out.
He hands out boarding passes on the road. He hands out champagne at home. That's the life. Well, Mike Piazza, who's found his stroke seemingly over the last 10 days or so, now will probably get some time off right through Sunday's game. Play a game here, a game there, 5 or 6 innings here and there.
And take a look at that last out. Armando Benitez with that splitter. Lockhart strikes out. The Mets win the wild card in the National League for the 2nd straight year. Their 90th victory of the season. And Armando Benitez continues to dominate as a closer. Steve Phillips and Jim Duquette congratulating each other and the other guys in the executive suite here at Shea Stadium.
And that's about right in terms of the type of on-field celebration. I mean, players tend to let loose a little bit more in the clubhouse, but I think they've got this in perspective.
A subdued celebration.
Well, for one thing, it's been a foregone conclusion for a while that the Mets were going to get this wild card spot. And so to make it official certainly requires some stamp that you've actually done it.
And the animated Armando Benitez, and most of the season he has been very, very dominant. And Bobby Valentine brought him in this ball game with a 4-run lead, and the New York Mets have clinched the National League wild card.
6-2 the final tonight here at Shea. We'll be back with some of the post-game reaction in a moment.
Guys, the year the Mets were born because the Giants moved west. Bobby V knows all that history. All square, game 3, top of the 4th, no score. Bobby Estelea changes that. 0 for 9 in the game. The base hit off of Rick Reed. Ellis Burks comes around to score, and the Giants are on top 1-0. Later in that 4th inning, still 1-0 Giants. 2-on-2 out for Marvin Bernard. 0 for 6 in the series. He gets the base hit to right. Estelea comes around and scores. 2-0 Giants. Dusty happy with what he's seeing there. Sandy Koufax at the game. 4 career no-hitters. Russ Ortiz no-hitting the Mets through 5. 6th inning, 1 on. Darrell Hamilton breaks up the no-no with the Mets' first hit. 1st and 3rd New Yorkers with nobody out. And Timo Perez coming to the plate. Perez, I mean, is he Melvin Mora or what? The base hit to left. Mike Bordick scores. Mets on the board. It's 2-1 Giants. Later in the 6th, Alan Embry coming in to pitch. Bases loaded, 1 out for Robin Ventura. Smashes it to Kent, turns the 4-6-3 double play. Russ Ortiz happy that Embry bailed him out. Giants still lead at 2-1. Bottom of the 8th, 2-1 Giants. Runner on first for Lenny Harris. Grounds it to Kent at second. He goes to Aurelio for 1. Over to Snow. Harris safe at first. Oh, Kent can't believe it. So close, Brian.
Yeah, let's take another look at this. Lenny Harris getting down the line, and it looks like the ball beats him there, but Brian Gorman calls him safe. That's a big play in the inning.
That's not bang, bang. That's just bang, huh? After Harris stole second with 2 out, Edgardo Alfonso at the plate. Rob Nen in the 8th inning for the first time since July 2nd, which was the last time he blew a save. Double to left from Alfonso. Harris comes around to score. We are tied at 2. Top of the 9th, 1-on-1 out. Barry Bonds against John Franco. The duel of the men who played the most games, active hitter and pitcher without a trip to the World Series. Franco wins it with a strikeout. On to extra innings. Top of the 10th. Felipe Crespo at the plate. Runners at 1st and 3rd and 2 out, but Armando Benitez gets him to fly to center to end the inning. Oh, John Franco happy there. Bottom of the 11th, 2-2 game, 2 on. Nobody out for Benny Agbayani.
Yeah, Benny's up with a chance to move the runners over. Nobody out. Going to try to put the bunt down. Fouls off strike 1. Tries the bunt and pulls it back. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 2. And then he ends up flying out. So he doesn't get the job done. Doesn't move the runners over. Don't get the job done. And he's frustrated going back there to the dugout. Now Jay Payton comes up. Rodriguez is just going to pound him with fastballs. Fastballs in. That's a broken bat there. Another fastball in. That's another broken bat. Fastballs, fastballs, fastballs. Goes away off the plate with a breaking ball. Then back in with a fastball. Another broken bat. Payton's battling. He knows he's going to see fastballs. Rodriguez, another fastball, jams him. Fastball away. Payton has a little bit better swing. Fouls that off, and then he goes upstairs. Blows him away with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Bases loaded. Todd Pratt up. Lazy fly ball to center field. Ends the threat. The Mets spoil a chance in the 11th.
About a 40-pitch inning, though, for Rodriguez. Top of the 13th, 2-on-2 out for Barry Bonds. And Rick White gets Bonds to pop it up. Once again, Bonds leaving a runner in scoring position. Bottom of the 13th, 2-2 game. Nobody on, nobody out for Robin Ventura. Grounds to second. Jeff Kent, the great diving stop, and gets Ventura at first for 1 out. The next hitter, Benny Agbayani against Aaron Foltz. Goodbye. See you later. Drive home safely. The walk-off homer by the Hawaiian Punch. The Mets bench goes wild. That's my man, he says. Take another look at the swing. Agbayani knows it's gone.
I like the bat flip.
Chucks the bat into the air. Mets win a dramatic game 3, 3-2, and take a 2-1 series lead. Shades of the last postseason game at Shea. 5 hours and 36 minutes, 15-inning grand slam single by Ventura. This one took 5:22. The Met bullpen, 7 scoreless innings, allowing just 4 hits. The Giants leave 16 on base before Benny circles them with the game winner.
Benny's been one of our real key players all year long, and you know, he had that first and second no-out situation, and he was really felt like he let the team down, and he was kind of pasted in that dugout, just hoping to get another chance. And when he got it, he made the best of it.
Some of my teammates, you know, John Franco, you know, Turk Wendell, and you know, Al Leiter, they just said, "Go up there and beat a man." And you know, I knew the wind was blowing out pretty hard out there, so you know, I knew the ball, once the ball got up in the air, he had a good chance.
Rick White, just, geez, I mean, getting Bonds at the end there, and you know, throwing those strikes low and away, getting his breaking ball over for strikes. You think he's been in the playoff situation for the last 10 years.
That's what we get paid to do. You know, we got to come in and keep the game close and throw strikes. And you know, everybody knew that when it's their time, it's your time to go in and get the job done. And we feed off each other. And you know, right now we're just feeding off each other really well.
In the 13 postseason games the Mets have played over the last 2 seasons, 5 of those 13 have gone into extra innings, and the Mets have won 4 of the 5. Can you name the winning pitchers? How about Franco and Dotel last year, Benitez and Rick White this year? The bullpen's ERA just over 2 there. Bobby J. Jones and Mark Gardner will meet tomorrow. More on that.
To ride the Mets roller coaster, but if you've got a weak heart, forget it. Last 5 postseason wins have come in the last at bat, including Saturday's 5-hour, 22-minute saga won by Benny Agbayani's smoked home run. Said Giant skipper Dusty Baker, "It was so long I didn't know what inning it was." It was the 13th, Dusty. A couple of former college teammates at Fresno State towing the rubber Sunday. Giants Mark Gardner, Mets Bobby J. Jones. The Mets win, they go to their 2nd straight NLCS. Barry Bonds didn't look worried, but top one Bobby Jones wrote the mercury up on Barry. Bonds 494 career homers, but only a .202 career postseason batting average coming in. Bottom 1, 2 outs, Mark Gardner facing Piazza with 2 strikes. Home plate ump Brian Gorman called it a ball, close pitch. Full count, Piazza walks. Gardner needed a hug, and he needed some help because next hitter Robin Ventura, just 1 for 12 in the series. Ventura, booyah! 2-run shot, 2nd career postseason home run. Said Ventura of Gardner, he's an aggressive pitcher who tries to jump ahead. Top 4, 2-zip, 2 outs. Jones hangs up on Bonds. Jones set down the first 12 Giant hitters in order. All this from a guy who was 1-3 with an ERA of over 10 after 8 starts this season. Bottom 4, Todd Zeal up the middle, Jeff Kent, holla! Great play by Kent. He's also hitting .375 this series. Top 5, Kent representing. Over the glove of Ventura into left. Kent has a double. First hit for the Giants. Dusty Baker said, "I figured we would pop one sometime." Same inning, 2 outs after 2 walks. Sacks Jack for pitcher Mark Gardner, facing his former Fresno State teammate, and Gardner pops it up to Edgardo Alfonso. G-men trying not to lose 3 straight. They haven't done that since August 8th through the 11th when they lost 3 straight to the Mets at Shea. Bottom 5, Edgardo Alfonso, 2-1. You heard. The guy who had the home run in Game 2, into center. Jones scores. Timo Perez scores. Edgardo, a lifetime .246 hitter in the postseason. This postseason hitting .278. Jones was flowing. Jones retired the side 3 up, 3 down in every inning but the 5th. Facing Russ Davis with 2 outs, as smooth as Jill Scott. You better back down before you get smacked down. You better chill. Jones perfect in 8 of 9 innings. Top 9, 2 outs against Bonds. Lights out. First complete game 1 hitter that ever clinched a series in postseason history. Bonds just 3 for 17 in this series. He said later he was definitely bummed. Mets win at 4-zip. Bobby Valentine looks like a slit watermelon. He's grinning so hard. This was the 6th complete game 1 hitter overall in postseason history, and the first since Boston's Jim Lonborg did it in the 1967 World Series. All this by a guy who was left off the postseason roster last year and was sent back down to the minors in June. Remember when the Baja Men's Who Let the Dogs Out blared throughout Pac Bell Park when San Fran clinched the NL West? It blared for the Mets at Shea on this night.
I've had a tough year, and you know, to come through and you know, help my team to move on, it's a great feeling.
It's textbook pitching. I mean, took a little off, was able to put some on. You know, big curveball today. I mean, you know what? He doesn't throw 95. He doesn't light up the guns, but he's a pitcher, and when he's successful, that's what it's all about.
Bobby's earned everything he's done. He's a pro. Look it up in the dictionary, and you'll see his picture beside the word pro. He knows what he has to do.
Jeff Kidd said they're a better team, but too bad the best team won today.
What the hell happened? Unwilling to take their uniform off because we didn't believe that we were over yet. And that's those signs of going up against the pitcher who's just throwing strikes because you go up to the plate and you're going, well, why can't I get a hit off this guy?
They won. That's all you can say. They won. Good luck to them. You know, just try again next year. That's just what it comes down to.
You know, Barron's disappointed, but to his credit, he stood at his locker room and answered every question every reporter had. Bobby Jones becomes the 7th pitcher to allow 1 or fewer hits in a complete game in postseason history. Bill Bevins lost his game in 1947 when the first hit won the game with 2 outs in the 9th. Jones' gem comes on the 44th anniversary of the only postseason no-hitter. That was by Don Larson.
Now to the NFL.